Aloha everyone, welcome to beautiful Hilo, Hawaii. You guys may be wondering what I'm doing in Hilo because it is not time for the Hilo Orchid Show yet. That show is in July. So what am I doing in Hilo, guys? Well, about 2 weeks ago, you may have remembered or you may have heard me say that I had a surprise coming up for you guys. Well, nope, sorry about that distraction, guys. There is a motorcycle passing by. Anyways, about 2 weeks ago, I told you guys that I was going to be doing a surprise video, and today is the day. So the big surprise is I got to visit a very popular, a very well-known nursery. And I know as soon as I tell you guys one of the orchids that they created, you guys most likely will know exactly what nursery I'm talking about. Have you guys ever heard of the Volcano Queen? I'm sure you have. Well, then you know that that nursery that I'm talking about is none other than Akatsuka Orchid Nursery. It has been an amazing day so far. I had a few hiccups in the morning. The first thing I did is I forgot my phone. I had to turn around and go back home. Luckily, I still made it to the airport on time, only to realize once I was about to go through TSA that I didn't have my ID. So it has been quite an adventure just to get here, but you know what? It was all worth it. And I hope you guys enjoy this video. All right, guys, I finally made it to Akatsuka Orchid Nursery, and Takeshi is going to be taking us around. He is the owner's son. Are you guys the new owners? Did you guys
I'm
take
president
over?
right now, so yeah. My
Oh, okay.
father's still the owner, but
Oh,
yeah,
okay.
yeah,
So
yeah.
you guys will be
We've,
taking
yeah,
over,
we've been actually fully running it
running the
for probably like
business.
10 years now.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay. Oh,
yeah,
okay,
yeah.
cool. So he's going to give us a tour. We're very fortunate today because he's going to give us a behind the scenes tour. I have done two videos here at the showroom, but I've never gone into any of their greenhouses. So you guys are in luck. I know a lot of my viewers, you guys order orchids from Akatsuka. So I think you guys will really enjoy this video. All right.
Okay, come on. Yeah,
Okay,
yeah,
let's go,
yeah.
guys. I'm so excited. I'm like a kid in a candy store.
So we're gonna go through our main showroom and go through our packing area.
All right.
Yeah, this is our main packing section where we do all of our packing all over the United States and Hawaii as well. So we have different box sizes just so that we can make sure we can get all the different size plants and quantities and be able to ship it anywhere in the US.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
So, is that the only place that you guys ship to
Yeah,
is
we currently only ship within the states right now.
okay.
Yeah. So next we'll go to our main greenhouse where we grow mostly our main Cattleya orchids, our main crop that we've been growing for the past 35 years.
All right. Wow.
Yeah. I
Look
like
at
to say
this.
this is our main greenhouse, but it's over 20 years old, but it's really
Oh,
helped to streamline our growing operations here because we have our main boom watering system that we incorporate our fertilizing, our watering, and also with the ventilations with the as the temperature changes here because it's a lot colder. Cattleyas normally like to be in much warmer climates.
yes.
So what my father had to do when he started to grow cattleyas is find a way that we can still grow cattleyas in a cold environment. So this house completely shuts down and retains warmth in here. So
Oh,
and we've been
wow.
able to do it successfully. So one of the keys we found because of the cold weather, we're able to actually get the plant hardier. So and actually you'll notice a lot of our pseudobulbs green, and then also the green colorations on the leaves being
Yes.
more flush green, more healthier. So it takes a little bit longer because of that cold process because it's a lot colder, but we found that the quality is a lot better. So our
Oh,
customers
okay.
been really appreciating that. Yeah.
Does the temperature change have anything to do with the flowering? Because I've heard orchids kind of like a drop in temperature. Is that only
Yes,
certain
no, that's
certain
true. It's
orchids?
seasonality too. So a lot of our orchids, Cattleya, are seasonal. A lot of it will bloom in fall, some in spring. We do have some that will actually bloom throughout the year, and that's all due to the temperature change, the nighttime and the daytimes. When there's that 15 degrees temperature swing, that actually helps to gauge what type of season it is for it, and that's how they're able
Oh, okay.
to
That's
gauge
really
it. Yeah,
interesting.
yeah,
We've been having colder temperatures where I live, and
yes.
usually it's kind of steady. but it's been like in the 60s, like for the
Oh,
past few weeks.
I
It's
see.
been, yeah, it's been nice.
Yeah, yeah,
So
it's nice and cool,
I'm
right?
hoping,
Yeah.
I'm hoping that, it'll help some of my orchids push out spikes.
Yeah, yeah. Sometimes it
Hopefully.
just needs that, and then once you get that the nice wave of warmth come, all the
They
spikes start
just
coming.
take off.
Yeah, yeah. We've been noticing that too over the past about 3 to 4 years. Usually during Christmas we don't have much orchids, but because it's been warmer later, all initiating right around Christmas time, which has been great for
Oh,
us. So yeah,
nice.
yeah, that's been
Yeah.
really good. So you'll see all on this side a sea of green right now. So these are all recently planted from September, October. We're hopefully get all of these ready, hopefully by springtime, and get a good blooming season coming out of these
So
batches
are
right
all of these cattleyas, or how do you, okay, so this is another thing that I've been wanting to ask you. I hear it said, pronounced so many different ways, right? Cattleya, Cattleya. I mean,
now.
I've heard so many different
Yeah, yeah.
pronunciations. How do you guys pronounce
We
it?
do
Or
Cattleya, yeah,
Cattleya?
yeah. So
Okay.
my dad, he's from Japan, right? So there's accents, so he goes Cattleya. So
Okay.
there, I guess there's no way wrong with it, you know. So it's in the end, um, you love the orchid, you love the orchid, right? So
Yeah,
yeah, I grew up
yeah.
hearing all kinds of names, just like my name. I heard it botched a whole bunch of different times. So yeah, same way, yeah,
Because I know, like I said, a lot of people are like, how do you pronounce this?
yeah. Cattleya is the way
Okay. I've been
from my
saying
understanding.
Cattleya, but it sounds better when you say Cattleya. I don't,
Yeah, yeah. It
it
rolls, it
it
rolls
rolls off
nice.
the tongue,
Yeah, it's
yeah.
definitely a lot nicer.
Just like when you say Cattleya, it's like you're shortcutting it or something. It just doesn't sound
Yeah,
right. But
for sure. Yeah,
so are all of these orchids that you guys, what's the proper name for it? Hybridize
yeah.
or
Hybridize, yeah,
propagate?
yeah.
What
So
hybridize?
hybridizing. So like my father, he's been an expert hybridizer for past 35 years, and Cattleyas mainly. He's done Miltonias in the
Hmm.
past. Cymbidiums was what we started with.
I think I
Yeah,
remember reading about that on
yeah.
the
So
website.
the only
Yeah.
problem with it was because of the for Cymbidiums, my family from Japan actually grew that. So when he moved here, that's what he brought over. That's what we started with. So the only problem is there's only 6 months of a blooming season. So
Oh, okay.
so remaining 6 months, no revenues coming in. What I gotta do? It's just dormant, right? So at that point, he started researching different plants, and he did Miltonias, did some on Oncidiums, but then in the end, nobody was doing Cattleyas at that time. So he thought it'd be a great niche market opportunity to become the expert in, and he just doubled down and just went all in for it.
Yeah,
So
and your guys' signature one is, isn't it the
the
Volcano
Volcano
Queen?
Queen. So
Okay.
yeah, that's basically the Volcano Queen variety names are tagline. So knowing whenever there's a Volcano Queen attached to it, that's the best one,
Yeah.
the best batch out of
Or
it.
it originated from here.
Yes.
And how long ago was that orchid made? Like,
Oh, the original one was actually it was about 35 years ago. Yeah,
oh,
actually, yeah,
okay.
he started with that, and he's
So
done many.
interesting.
Yeah, yeah. The best part of Akatsuka's is we have awesome customer support. So sorry about that. It was ventilation, but yeah. With that too, any orchids purchased from us, you can contact us by email or chat. We usually try our best to help you based on your
Oh,
living situation. So if you live in an apartment or condo with full AC, right, versus in like a dry environment, wet environment, we do our best to try to help you with that
that's
situation.
good
Yeah.
because a lot of people want that.
Yes.
They want to know how to better grow their orchids.
Right. Yeah.
Oh, so I'm
Yeah.
glad, now that people
Yep.
watch this video, they can
Yep.
they
And then,
can always contact you guys if they have any issues.
yeah, for
Oh,
sure. And then
perfect.
we have our YouTube channel as well, and we have some
Yes.
previous grow videos in there on how to care for certain orchids, transplanting. So definitely that's another resource
I'll
you
put
can
a
look at.
link of your guys' YouTube channel on the screen so that
Awesome.
people can check
Thank
it
you.
out.
Awesome. Well, I want to show you guys some of our mama plants that we have here. We brought it down.
Okay.
So for a lot of people, they ask, how do you actually do the hybridizing part of orchids? When you actually do the pollen and actually you create the seed pod, this is what the seed pod looks like. Yeah. So
Oh,
just,
that is really
yeah.
big.
So usually the production of a seed pod takes roughly about a year, but
Oh, okay.
9 months is when the seeds are mature enough that you can actually be taken off of the plant itself, and then you can extract the seeds and then start the germination planting process with it.
Okay.
So when you take this out, this is what the seeds actually look like within there.
Oh,
It's like tiny little sawdust. Yeah. And
yes.
within this one, there's thousands and thousands of seeds inside there. So, and we don't need a whole lot. So for us, when we do our production, we usually try to pull anything from 1,000 to 1,500 plants, and that's how we start to plant it And from there, they're siblings. So from there, we do our selecting process. We bring them up to blooming stage, and then we do our selecting process. So that's the main hybridizing process. And then from there, we do our cloning, where we then will take the actual. This is a great example here. This is the new lead that is protruding off of this old shoe here. When this becomes roughly about 2 to 3 inches in length, we cut that off. We take that to the lab, and then they make an incision in the middle, and they extract the tissue, and then they start the actual cloning process from there. They actually,
Oh,
yeah. So
okay.
essentially, they're like almost like they're mincing garlic. They extract all the tissue and they replicate it, and then put it into a flask with agar inside, and then that's how they're able to grow it up.
So when it's cloned, every plant will look exactly
Yes.
identical.
Yes. Yeah.
But and when it's from seed, it's just like brothers and
Brother and
sisters. You
sister.
don't know what
Right.
it's gonna look like.
Exactly.
Some might pull one way and
Exactly.
okay,
It might be a
oh okay.
combination. You might have a white flower and a purple. One may come fully, white, purple. Might be a
Yes.
combination. Yeah. So it's
And
just
what is mericlone? Like I've
yeah.
heard the term mericlone
Miracle is the
before.
process of cloning. Yeah.
Oh,
It's actually,
okay, okay.
yeah. It's just the process of how you actually do the cloning process.
So is that the two main types of propagation?
Yeah.
Is cloning and through seed?
Seed, and also the third method is division. So when you
Yes.
have a big plant in here, you'll actually take it out of the pot, and then you can actually take parts of it and replant it and
Divide it.
divide it. Yes.
And then that way it'll be exactly like the mother plant.
Exactly. Yeah.
Okay.
So for a lot of orchids that are hard to do cloning with, like a Paphiopelon, for example, right? Usually most people will just grow those guys up large. Cattleyas to an extent too. If you most people don't have the ability to, go through the miracling process, they'll
Yes.
just grow their plants big and then divide
them.
divide
Yeah.
it.
I like to grow mine like specimen size.
Yes. It's all the best. You get multi blooms throughout the year. Right? So, yeah,
Yes.
we love that.
I like to
Yeah.
have them big and showy
Yeah.
and plus I don't have a lot of room,
Right.
so I can't make a lot of plants.
Yes.
But when you grow it large like this, the media, is that something that you have to worry about, like constantly repotting?
Yeah, so for us, we use Orchiata bark, pine bark from New Zealand.
Yes.
It's very good quality. Definitely
Very
recommend it.
pricey.
Very pricey, but it lasts.
It's good stuff.
It's,
Yes.
yeah, it lasts. So we use that mixture into it, and then we do our repotting probably when it becomes large like this, probably every about 3 years, and we do a repotting with it.
Because Orchiata lasts pretty long.
It lasts
And
long,
do you
yeah.
just do straight Orchiata?
Yeah, we Orchiata, and we use some perlite, some charcoal in there for
Oh,
yeah,
okay.
just for aeration and then filtering the water, and then we basically do that, and then yeah,
And you just grow them in plastic pots.
yes, plastic pots. Yeah,
Oh, okay.
yeah. We found it the most economical way
Yes.
to be able to grow it that way. In the past, we've used clay pots and we reuse it. Actually, it's really great because it's breathable and be able to get good airflow within it.
Yes.
But yeah, the plastic pot, we found a way to be able to domesticate and make it
Oh,
worthwhile.
okay.
Yeah. So it'll grow for 9 months in here. So then we take it to the lab, and in the lab for seeds usually takes about a year, 12 months, and then it'll come back to us on average. And from there we start our planting process, and then we start to grow them up into different stages. And I'll show you guys the different as we have different houses for different stages.
Oh, okay.
I'll show you.
So
that
do
too.
you guys do your own in-house, or you guys have to send it out?
We send it out. Yeah. We send
Oh,
ours
okay.
out, yeah.
So there's not very many places, labs here in
Yeah,
Hawaii,
yeah.
right?
There's a few here. Some on the mainland. Yeah, but
Oh,
yeah,
okay.
yeah. In the past, my father did everything. He had a hood here. He did it. But then as our business started to transition more from just more of a wholesale just grower to more of like a retail operation, his time got pulled there. So we started to outsource
because
that.
that's a very time-consuming
It is
process.
Yeah.
I mean, I've watched it on YouTube, and it's very meticulous.
Yes. And there's my dad does primarily do cattleyas, but this is one dendrobium he did. It's a Den Enduring Glory, different different splash patterns within the dendrobium in here too. We've been lucky where we've been with cloning, right? It's supposed to be all the same, but certain batches we've been getting variation with it.
Oh yes.
Yes, so we've had recently our very popular variegated RLC Akiko Sato. That's been
I seen it. I think on Instagram.
Yes,
I commented. I was like, "Ooh."
yeah. So this was our next one that is within the pipeline. This is our Hawaiian wedding song variegated. So this is in production right now too. So, and then we've been actually pushing a lot of splash colors with this. So this is a newer one that
I love that.
Yeah. This is RC Riley Sato, and this is one that will be that's in production right now.
That is so pretty. I love that.
Yeah.
It kind of looks like a Dick Smith a little bit.
Yes.
Yeah.
And our customers been loving the different color palettes with
Yes. Oh my gosh, I love that.
Lavender is probably the base color for and the strongest that we have. So we try our best to mix different colors in there with the breeding. Yeah, I'll take you to our plug tray house. So after the flask is returned and we plant up the babies, and then I'll show you guys that house.
Okay.
Yeah. So with the cattleyas in different stages, we have anywhere on average between 25,000 to 30,000 plants at any given time throughout the year.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. And we do primary retail and wholesale combinations with that too. Our nursery is on 7 acres. So then we have a total of 10 greenhouses on site. So yeah. Yeah, so this next house I'll show you, this is our plug tray house. So after our cattleya babies are returned from the flask, we plant them into liner trays, and this is our warmest house that we have here. So we grow it here. Yeah, so with this is our plug tray. This is a 98 hole plug tray. So each one of these they were all tiny plants, and then we've actually used Oasis foam, and we plant it in here, and then we let it grow in here for roughly about a year to a year and 4 months. And at that stage where their plants the leaf is roughly about 3 inches in height, or actually nice and clustered, we then transplant that to our next size, which are 3-inch pots. Yeah. So it rotates within, because we have our flasks return roughly on average every 4 to 5 months. So we're able to keep rotating our greenhouses, so it's constant planting and then constant rotation.
All in different stages.
Yes, all in different stages. So when COVID hit, it was tough where we weren't able to get access to our plants for quite a while, but almost not quite a year, but about 8 to 9 months. So there's a huge backlog, and we couldn't plant anything. At that time too, supplies was on short demand. Yes. Yeah, I mean high demand as well, so we couldn't get access to it. So when it came in, we had an influx of plants, and we started planting. It was all hands on deck at that time.
Oh yeah, I can imagine. You guys must have been like super busy.
Yeah, scrambling just to
trying
get
to
things
catch up.
Yes, try to catch up. And still to this day, it's been some time already. We're approaching year 5. We're still trying to catch up.
Yes.
Yeah, still just trying to get in there too. So yeah, it's a process, but luckily, the plants are we give it the time for it to grow, because in the end we want quality, so that's what we mainly focus on. Yeah.
Well, I'm glad that you guys are back open to the public, and it was nice to see you guys at the last show.
Yes.
So I'll be going again most likely this year. So
awesome.
Hopefully you guys will be there.
We'll be there. Again. So yeah, definitely come visit us if possible. And also all the other growers as well. So everybody specializes in different things. So yeah, to support Big Island, it'll be the most fantastic.
And I'm already like pushing the show in my videos, because I enjoy it so much. And anybody who loves orchids, like, they have to go, because that is the best orchid show that we have in the entire state.
Yeah.
So it is so worth it. Even if, like I tell people, even if you don't want to go and stay overnight, you don't want to spend the money for, a hotel room, do what I do. Like, I go in the morning, I leave at the, at the last flight, and I get to spend the whole day there, and it's so worth it.
Yeah, it's definitely great too. And if you come to the show too, right? Department Ag is on site too, and they'll inspect it, tag it.
And I carry my plants right back home with me, so
you don't have to pay for shipping, guys. So it's actually awesome.
So many awesome vendors here on the Big Island.
Yeah, definitely. There's so much knowledge, collective knowledge too.
Yes.
So, yeah, at the show they give a lot of talks and seminars too. So which is
it is like the best. I honestly say it's the best orchid show that we have in the state. So I look forward to it.
Yeah. So. We're excited to go back this week. So. Awesome. So I'll take you guys next to our So after this is planted, we move into 3-inch pots. So I'll take you to our house.
So it's like all different greenhouses.
All different greenhouses.
Oh, okay.
And mainly it's different growing conditions. So this we need it because of their size and they're small. We want it to be in the warmest house because we're in a very cool climate. And as it gets bigger, the cattleyas, they can manage the colder climates in here. But although it is a lot warmer,
How cold does it get here?
Nighttime, on average, it gets to about low to mid 50s. And
okay.
Yeah, daytime is about 70s. Summertime for us can get up to 90s, but mostly we're within that 50 to 70 range. Yeah.
And what about like the light over here? Does it need to
Oh yes,
be dimmer, a little
yeah.
bit
So in here,
darker?
yes, it's darker. So
Oh,
we're
okay.
looking at around about 70% uh, uh, filtered, so that yeah, the younger plants are definitely more sensitive to the light, so it can get burned. So in this whole section here, come on in. Yeah, we
Okay.
can you can see all the different orchids here. Yeah. My father was actually really forward thinking. Says he when he rebuilt this greenhouse back in 2000, he incorporated a lot of rolling benches. By being able to do that, we were able to put in an additional 2 growing benches within it versus having stationary benches. So we were able to just increase our production that way.
Nice.
Yeah, yeah. So this would be more of like our starter stage from in here. So these from plugs have been another year to year and a half, and when they get to a certain size like this, we'll then do our transplanting to our 5-inch stage, and that becomes for us. We try to take it to a larger pot mainly because we know it's going to take longer, but the ability for it to bloom and flower, we found is a higher probability comes out of it too. Yeah.
So from this stage to a flowering plant,
Yeah.
how many years would
Oh,
you
you're
say?
looking from here once it's completely done. So from plug is about another year. It's about another average about a year here. From here to the next flowering is probably another year. So yeah, it's
Oh,
about a year
okay.
to year and a half. Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
So if you live in a warmer climate, yeah, that's great because then you might be able to shortcut that time a lot faster
Oh,
than
okay.
us. Yeah,
So the temperature has a big
it
part
does.
in the
Yeah.
way the plant
Right. Yeah.
grows.
Yeah. And then everywhere there's temperature changes, whether it's something's hot where it's 90, at least it drops to, the 85 or down to 80, 75. As long as there's that change, a plant will adapt to that type of environment and be
Oh,
able to do it.
okay.
Yeah. So with Cattleyas, it's good. We found that initially when we did it, we didn't know it could survive cold. We know it could do in warm climates, but we found that it can adapt to cold because that's how it's grown here, and then it can then transition back to a more natural environment where it's warmer if that's where. All right, and then I'll go ahead. I'll take you to our. We have our planting area. I want to show you. This is what we do
Okay.
of our transplanting, different stages. Yeah. Yeah. So for the from the starter stage for us, a 3-inch, and then when it goes to the 5.5-inch, that's when we see most of our flowering happen. So at that point, you'll notice when we come back to this main area, it stays in here for another year to year and a half, and then we usually get the first bloom stage.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
yeah, yeah. So from then we start selling it to our retail and wholesale customers, and usually we usually keep plants in rotation for about 2 seasons, so about 2 years, a little over 2.5 years, and then then start up our new crop cycle that comes through. So
Oh,
yeah,
okay.
we have in different stages, so we're always constantly cycling things. So we have new plants coming in every yeah.
Is there a certain time of year that cattleyas are more prone to blooming, or
Yeah,
they're kind of like throughout the year?
it's mostly for us. We found more in fall. Now with us here, probably more October, November is
Is
we have most coming out, and
Oh,
then
okay.
but right about March, April, there's another batch that comes through.
So
And
about
summer, yeah,
spring and fall
spring and fall
around.
is the main. Yeah, yeah. We do have some spring bloomers that all pop up at one time. So if we have, let's say, like 400 plants, they'll come at one time. It's like, oh my gosh, we got to move
It
that. We're
must
doing,
look
yeah,
so beautiful, yeah, when they're
yeah.
all in
It's a
bloom.
sea of just flowers. So yeah, those we do have those ones, but a lot of it is starting to the way my father's been breeding it. He's been really calculated on how to pick certain ones so that we can get more of the more variable blooming plants, so that we can, based on just the temperature changes, get it blooming at that time. So
So when you guys pick plants to hybridize, do you take into consideration like fragrance also, or is
yes,
it, yeah?
yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
okay.
So he has his own points that he looks at, like substance of the flower, the compact nature of the plant, just the the vigor of it, and how well it grows. Of course, the different
Yes.
color with it too. So he takes all of that into consideration. And what we've been blessed with over the years, we're able to have a lot of good mother plants that we can pull from, whether cloning or hybridizing, and use that strong base and be able to continue our propagation. Yeah.
What is your guys' oldest plant?
Oh, the
Like,
oldest plant we have right now probably about 28 years old. I think that's our oldest
oh,
plant.
okay.
Yeah.
So orchids can live a really, really
Yes.
long time.
Yes. Yeah. Yeah.
Oh,
And then
cool.
we make it our specimen plant. Although parts of it will, just naturally the leaves will brown off and then we'll
Yes.
remove it. But yeah, we've had some in our collection for a very long
Oh,
time.
nice.
Yeah. So next we'll go to our transplanting stations. Yeah.
Oh, you guys have air plants. Nice.
Yes. We try to dabble with different ones because we have a retail store. We try to bring in different things, and also what's great about us is we collaborate with other local nurseries too. So we buy plants from them,
Oh, nice.
resell, because we know we can't be an expert at everything. So we try
Yeah.
to specialize in one or two and then bring in the rest and be able to provide our customers with the best array of plants as possible. So this is where we have our main transplanting station set up here. And then right now what they're doing is they're moving a lot of our plugs to our starter pots, and then from starters to our 5.5-inch pots. So we're constant rotation. So yeah, go through. And then the main orchid mix that we do is the orchid bark, and then we use perlite and charcoal as our mixture inside.
I like orchiata. That's what I use too.
Yes.
But it is sometimes hard to come by
Yes.
on Oahu.
Yeah.
They're always either sold out or there's only a certain size available.
Yeah. If any person needs it, they can visit our website. We do package our own mix that we do.
Oh,
yeah.
okay.
And we go the extra step. We actually wash. We do additional washing, drying, and we filter out all of the excess dust from the bag too. So, but that's the last thing we want, right? All the extra dust is collected at the bottom, block the holes, and it causes root rot. So we do the extra. We do the extra.
Oh, nice to know. Okay,
I'll actually show you our little cleaning station we have over here. Yeah. Yeah.
Because even though I watched the commercial on Orchiata or a website and they say, oh, there's no extra steps, you don't need to clean it,
Yeah.
and this and that. But when I've opened the bags, there has been on the bottom of the bag a lot of small particles.
Yeah.
So
for sure. And for us, one of our main values is we try to do things right, and quality is important. So we do that first step. Not only if we're happy with it, we hope our customers are happy with it too. So we go through this extra step where we actually we have just shake cloth there. We dust it off. We have a sifter that we sift off
to take out all of the small pieces,
small particles. Yeah, and then what's left is all of the main large pieces that are in here with no dust. So that's how you can tell. Yeah, this is all of the front bar. Yeah.
That definitely makes a difference.
Yeah, and then this can be shipped anywhere in the United States as well too.
Oh, okay. Oh, that's good to know.
If people are looking, we also have that as well.
Perfect. Because some people live in areas where they don't have stores.
Yes.
Close by.
Right.
So is this your guys mother plants?
Yes, we keep our mother plants in here.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Now I see blooms.
Yeah.
Oh, there's one back there. It's huge. That flower is so big.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, so it has different ones.
So
Usually
pretty.
right for us in fall, it just all comes out for us. Yeah.
It must look amazing. It must smell so good.
Yeah. Yeah. So this shows the flasks that we have, the different shipments come in. So we have it all staged. And so when the flasks return to us, there's average about 40 to 50 flasks in here. And then so this is where we will cut the bottle open and then we'll plant it into those 98 whole plug trays. Yeah.
And you guys sell flasks also?
We do sell flasks, yes.
Because I think I've seen some in your showroom.
Yeah,
before.
we tried to keep a few extra at the end, about 5 to about maybe 10 on average that we end up selling to. Some of the batches, this is the nature of the flasking. When it goes to that flasking process, not all of it will return. So whatever, sometimes we don't have any to sell. We'll just plant everything up because our main purpose is to be able to grow the plants to be able to get it to that blooming stage. Yeah.
This is cool.
Yeah.
It's so nice to see how a nursery operates. And I think people have a better understanding and respect.
Yes.
To just see how long it takes to grow an orchid from flask to blooming and all the different steps that goes into it.
Right. Yeah. Definitely takes
it's very time consuming.
Time consuming. My father always tells me it's a way to build character because you have to wait. You're forced to wait. You can't force the plants. It's just one of those processes. I'm grateful to learn that lesson early on because when I was a kid, I would just be planting. I'm like, oh, why am I doing this? Like a chore, right? But then as I've gotten older, I've gone to appreciate all of those lessons that he's taught me and then know that, oh, that's the reason why, right? You can't shortcut the quality.
So are you the only
child? I'm the only child. So yes.
Okay, so luckily you enjoy it.
Yeah, and then also it's a little bit more pressure because he's done such a great job. My mom and my father has sacrificed a lot, moving to a whole other country to start this endeavor. So I feel blessed, and my job's not to screw it up. So
that's a lot of pressure.
Yeah, but I'm grateful. He's still his mind is sharp, and he still does the hybridizing to this day. So and I, work together on it, but he mainly does it, and he still comes in pretty much every day. Over the next couple of years, we got some nice plants coming back right now. So it's actually,
Oh,
this is just the beginning, I believe, yeah, where we can get some new
so
plants.
people have some
Something
good things to
yeah,
look
look
forward
to.
to.
Yes,
Oh,
yeah. I'll
awesome.
keep it at that. I can't say what's coming, but yeah, yeah.
It's a secret.
So yeah. But you guys will definitely see it on our website and Instagram. You know, definitely we'll put it
Yeah,
out
I'll
there.
put your guys' link too on the video and in the description box so people, if they don't know,
Yeah.
I'll put your guys' information so they
Awesome.
can keep up with your
Great. Thank you.
progress.
Thank you.
Okay.
I have a house that we do mainly cattleys, but we do some other ones, Miltonopsis,
Oh,
Oncidium.
okay.
So I'll definitely show that. So we try to have a different mixture of plants that we grow as well. Yeah. Yeah.
Is this your guys' original location? Like this is where your dad
Yes.
originally?
This
Oh,
is our
okay.
original location. Yes. Yeah. Before it was purchased back in 19, so the company started back in 1974. And this was an old ranch land before. So
Oh,
initially
okay.
started off with 35 acres. A majority of it is still undeveloped. The future, you know, you never know if you can expand or not, but definitely I think we have enough right now where we can manage
So
it.
you guys have 35 acres
Yes,
total. Oh,
yes,
okay. But
yeah.
as of the nursery, 7.
7, yeah, with the retail space, the parking lot, all back here is about 7
7
acres.
acres.
Yes, yeah. So many of these plants, we've either bought them from in flats or young stages from other nurseries, and we start to plant a small batch for our retail customers from in
Oh,
here.
okay.
So that way we have enough plants. Even though we buy from others, we have enough to be able to supply certain occasions for us, whether it's Mother's Day, the holidays. So we have like a small batch in here that we're able to grow.
But when it comes to hybridizing, you guys only do Cattleyas.
Yeah. We
Oh,
do
okay.
some other ones like the dendrobiums that we did. Only ones that he's found that he's took
They
a
have to be
liking
like
to.
really special.
Special, right? Yeah.
Yes.
So but Cattleyas mean, so we end up growing the rest. Yeah. 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 So unlike Cattleyas, they grow a lot faster, so which is nice. So we can get it to the spiking blooming stage a lot quicker than our Cattleyas.
Nice. What is that? That bulb is huge.
Yes. That's our Latza orchid, yeah, the dove orchid, yeah. So that is one
I've
that,
never seen a
yeah,
pseudobulb that big.
yeah,
It is
it
huge.
takes a long time to grow, but when it does produce, it's a beautiful flower, yeah.
Looks like almost like a green tomato.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. And we noticed too, because we're cooler too, a lot of our pseudobulbs here, because I guess the growth slows down, even for the Oncidiums, Odonts, and generics, the bulb gets fatter for us. We've just
Oh.
noticed that. Yeah, that's just one of those characteristics we know. And then as it produces, yeah, and it does it's a little bit slow too, but definitely faster than our
It
cattleys. Yeah,
looks really healthy though
yeah,
when they're like that. Yeah, when
yes,
they have those really fat
yeah,
pseudobulbs.
fast little, and you see the roots coming out. Yeah, happy
Yes.
roots, yeah, happy plants. So yeah,
You know,
yeah,
that's another funny thing about me is like, of course I love flowers, right?
yeah,
Or I love seeing spikes and buds and flowers. But when I see new roots with green tips,
yeah,
I'm just as excited.
yeah. So even for me with the plug trays, right? With the plug trays, even in the starters, when the roots are starting to come out, oh, it's well rooted. It feels better than the
It
bloom
it
sometimes.
does. It's so
Yeah,
weird.
yeah,
Like I
yeah,
feel the same way
yeah.
because what I learned, well, in the beginning, of course, when I first started collecting, I didn't know anything, right? So I would just go to a nursery and I would look at the flower and I'd be like, oh my gosh, I love that flower. And I would buy the flower, not even looking at the plant.
Hmm.
Then I learned afterwards, like the health of the plant is priority
Yes.
before the flower.
Right.
Because if you're going to buy it for the flower and the plant is not doing good, most likely that plant is going to go downhill
Right.
afterwards.
Right.
So that's something that I learned like
Yeah.
afterwards. If you
Yeah.
want to keep it going, you have to make sure you have a healthy plant to start
Right.
with.
Yeah.
So now when I see, like I said, I see roots or I see new growth, I'm like, ooh, you know, it gets me super excited.
Yeah. I'm
So
so glad you mentioned that too. So that's why we try our best to have quality plants too, because that's why in the end, right, without having a healthy, the last thing we want a customer to see the plant, and it just sits back and dies, right? Because like
yes,
it just creates that, oh my gosh, I killed it. We never want to have that negative experience. We do our best, you know.
yeah.
I mean, and of course we're human too, and we can't always have perfect plants, but you know, part of for us what we do is if plants are purchased from us, we do our best to provide the best service, whether it's a replacement or a refund. We definitely stand
Well,
by
you
our
guys,
plants.
yeah,
Yeah,
you guys have integrity. And you know, that goes a long way,
Yeah.
and people appreciate that.
Yeah. Awesome. Thank you.
So
Yeah.
especially like for somebody like me, you know, who loves, you know, collecting orchids, it's disappointing when you
Right.
buy an orchid. Of course, it's disappointing when you buy an orchid and it dies, but when you buy an orchid and you know that it kind of came to you in not great condition,
Right.
you tend to look at that place that you bought it from like, wow, you know, they don't really care about the plants that
Right.
they sell.
Exactly. Yeah.
So the fact that, you know, you're saying and the plants show for themselves like how healthy they are, it does mean a lot, you know, for people who really love
Mhm.
orchids.
Yeah. Awesome.
So
Thank you so
I'm
much.
glad
Really.
that there's
Yeah.
still nurseries out there
Yeah.
that,
Yeah.
you know, put this much time and effort into growing good quality
Yeah.
plants.
Yeah. Thank you. Yeah.
Well, thank you for the tour.
Oh, thank you. Yeah. If you need to take B-rolls, inside, go ahead. You can definitely take some footage
Oh,
if you need.
okay.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'll
Yeah.
do some, that way I can show some flowers at
Yeah.
least.
Yeah. For sure. For sure. Yeah.
Okay, guys, I hope you enjoyed that little tour of Akatsuka Orchid Nursery. I know I did. It was very interesting to see how they grow their orchids and just learning about the business. It's so cool. So this is their showroom. So if you guys ever come here, you're going to be able to visit their showroom. They do have a lot of orchids on display. They have different orchids and air plants for sale. They also sell anthuriums. They have some vandas here. This is Stanhopea. They also have educational material, so you guys can read a little bit about the history of their company, how it started, different types of orchid media that they use. So it's a really nice showroom to just walk around and explore. It's not really big, but it's definitely worth stopping by. So if you guys come to Hilo for the Hilo Orchid Show, they aren't open on the weekends. I believe they're only open Wednesday and Friday. I'll double check. But if you guys aren't able to make it here, they do ship. So check out their website, check out their Instagram page. They ship to all 50 states. And as you guys heard in the video, you guys will get a quality orchid. Look at all of these beautiful cattleyas. So pretty. And this is their specialty, guys. Look at this one. Really pretty. They also have a gift shop back there. It's closed today, but when they're open for business, you can go in there and buy some souvenirs. They also sell orchid supplies. They have orchid bark. They have sphagnum moss. So you can pretty much get everything you guys need to grow your orchids here. Look at this cute little one. This is adorable. Okay guys, I think I'm gonna end the video here because I'm only here for the day and we have a few more stops to make. So again, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Stay tuned till the end. I will post all the upcoming orchid shows and I hope I see you guys in July at the Hilo Orchid Show, and Akatsuka Orchid Nursery will be there. So that will be another opportunity for you guys to buy orchids from them. All right, everyone, until next time, remember to always live aloha.